Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to 5 Minutes with Gray Hair Dave. That's right, 5 minutes with Gray Hair Dave. Now, my name is Dave. I have gray hair. I have a gray beard. I wear glasses, a lot like the guy in the artwork, although he's got better looks than me. Anyways, folks, here's what's going on. 1972 is what I'm talking about this week. So that would have been my sophomore year in high school. Sophomores is a very, very weird place to be in my mind. You're no longer this kid, you're starting to mature, but yet you're not mature enough to be mature. Does that make sense to you? So realistically, you're 15, 14. So I live with dogs, unfortunately. Roommate's got dogs. Anyway, so it's that weird time. You're 14, 15, 16 years old, right? You're not really driving yet, but you're kind of getting ready to drive. So you're just not cool yet. You are, but you aren't. You're still walking to school, or if one of your friends is older, they pick you up, whatever. But it's not bad. I mean, you're becoming more aware of yourself and what you are, and you're getting the courage. For me, this is me. You're getting the courage to do more talking to girls where you're asking them out, asking them to do something, as a date. And I remember the few girls that I dated when I was in a sophomore. It didn't last long, but it wasn't puppy love, folks. It wasn't. It was learning love. It was learning relationships. Those first 2 or 3 relationships you ever have, unless it is the one, which is rare, very rare, they lead to more relationships. And I remember when I was going through those, when we were done, we broke up. We never became bitter with each other or mad at each other. We just realized that it was time to move on to another adventure, which we both did. I stayed friendly, and so did the girls. Friendly. We stayed friendly with each other, but because of them, again, you're meeting new friends because you're meeting her friends and her friends' acquaintances and boyfriends of the time or of the day or of the moment. If you're at lunch, you're sitting at different tables than you were your freshman year with all your buddies. Now you're hanging with the girls, or you're carrying their books to class, or you're doing all kinds of goofy stuff that realistically you're supposed to be doing in high school. This is where you learn to date and where you learn to cohabitate. Cohabitate's not the word. You learn to be in a relationship with the other gender, boy or girl, whatever you are. You're going to learn to like the other ones and how to deal with them. And I got to be honest with you guys, it was harder for us in my mind because back in the 70s, we were the ones who had to ask the girls out. We were. And that takes some courage. You know what I'm saying? That takes a little bit of courage. You got to be able to figure it out. You got to be able to, muster it up, and for 20 seconds, forget about the fear and just say, hey, I like you. I'd like to go out with you. Would you like to go here or there or McDonald's or for anything or for a walk after school? Sometimes just walking them home is a date. When you're a sophomore or a freshman. And when you're juniors, that changes. But we're not talking about my junior year right now. We're talking about my sophomore year in 1972. So it was ending and said, well, actually, 71 to 72, the beginning of the year would have been freshman year. And then you go back in September because we started, the week after, the couple of days after Labor Day. In September every year. Now I live down here in Florida, and they go back before Labor Day. They go back in October. That's fine. We have more hurricane days down there than they have snow days up north. But it's one of those things where you're just, and in that sophomore year, you're learning so much about, again, who you want to be, what you want to be, what you're learning, what your new life is going to be like. You're saying to yourself, okay, do I like this? Oh, let's just say football. Do you like football? Yeah, I like football. So I'm going to start going out for football teams and learning football. Well, I did and I didn't. Um, Again, like I'd said earlier and on other podcasts, I enjoyed tennis more. Tennis was a fun game for me, and it was a game that I was getting good at, not great at, good at, and I enjoyed it. And then I don't know, end of my sophomore year, going into my junior year, I lost interest in doing it competitively. I just wanted to go out and have fun with my friends if I was going to go do it, or with girls that I was dating, or friends with. That was weird too. I don't know about you guys, but being friends with girls, just friends. If you're a guy, just being friends with a girl, and I would assume, and I don't know if this is true. If you're a woman out there, please let me know. Was it easier for you? Was it easy for you to have guy friends and not be entangled into that? Oh, I got to ask you out, or I've got to kiss him, or I've got to hold hands kind of thing, where I can just be a buddy, you know? Because I know I've had many, many female friends in my life, and most of my best friends, still to this day, are female. That doesn't make me your gay friend, folks. That's not what I am. I'm completely heterosexual. I've got a couple of marriages and a couple of failed relationships to prove it. Doesn't mean I'm good at it. It just means that that's what it is. But if you're not heterosexual, that's fine too. That's what it is. But those are the things that were going on for me, and it was fun in a way, but sometimes frightening. But after you get over the fear of asking out a girl, or that first date, or that first, hey, can I get your phone number? Can I call you? Phone calls were a big thing back then. If you're not a baby boomer and you're listening to this, phone calls, oh my God, you could sit on the phone and talk for hours. You could. I mean, you were young. It was new to you. You got to learn what the other person liked and didn't like. So, wow, it's just looking back at it, it's fun. I enjoyed it. So we're getting to that time now, and it's getting late for me. I have to get ready to go to that job today. And I was looking back what was happening back in 1972. Let's see what happened here. Hank Aaron, the famous baseball player, becomes the first player to earn $200,000 average annual salary. Can you imagine that? Nobody's get that now. I mean, seriously, the nobodies get that now. Oh my God. Oh, that cracks me up. What else was going on? Again, The Godfather was big. China performed a nuclear test at Loch Nar, and that's interesting. I guess I don't know why. Think about it. Back then, nuclear technology is what it is today. Was a lot bigger and not as powerful as we have today. Now, we've talked about military service before, and I didn't join. There are many days I think to myself that was a mistake, but that's something that I live with now. And the guys that I knew who did have done very, very well in life. So have a lot of the people I knew who did not go into the service and, went to college, done very well, or they went into a career. A friend of mine, he was a friend in, growing up, went to work for the railroad, and he retired, and he seems to be having a very good time with his life. Him and his wife and his grandkids, I'm happy as can be for him. He was a fantastic guy, and he deserves this, For all of us in the boomer world, retirement is a thing. Are you going to be okay when you retire? Are you ready to retire? Have you already retired? Let me know. Send me a message. Leave me a mail. Leave me a voicemail on 5minuteswithgrayhairdave.com. That's the number 5minuteswithgrayhairdave.com. I will return your email or your voicemail, and we can chat about it. But are you ready for retirement? And what are you retiring from? I'd like to know that. That always interests me. What job were you doing, or what career did you have before you decided to retire? So on that note, folks, don't forget, if your friends don't know what a podcast is, don't know how to get to one, don't know where they are, what they are, do us all a favor, us podcasters, show them how. They'll enjoy it, we hope, and they'll find something they enjoy. Hopefully it's me. So anyways, folks, that's it for 5 Minutes with Gray Hair Dave. Again, my name's Dave. Have a great day, and we'll talk again tomorrow. Bye-bye.